Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is not a ladder match. This is game 1 of the ladder arena, featuring the two highest rated active ladder players. The ladder arena is created and sponsored by Mountain, the promotions counselor. And there is 150 buckaroos up for this prize, and I think it's 100 for the winner, 50 for runner-up. Both these players have qualified by having the highest ladder rating and also having 10 wins in the allotted time on the ladder. So we have Blodir playing against Obfuscation, and we have Turin and he is gone Seraphim. They've both gone Seraphim. I don't think there's any rules about picking factions. That seems to be something missing from all FAF tournaments. There's never any rules about picking factions. I mean, maybe there is one or two tournaments that have done something like that, but generally there are no rules. So they've both gone Seraphim, probably because one of them went Seraphim and the other one saw Seraphim, and then they went for the mirror pick. So we got first land for both players. The map is Forbidden Pass, so you can see the water here. That'll give you a hint why they might have gone for Seraphim. So you can do some raiding with those Zooies. And of course you have the best T2 bot, the best T2 unit, the chicken bot. So maybe we'll see that get some use as well. Second air with 6 power generators. The power made up from these trees. And yeah, 6 power generators as well for Turin on his second air. And the big difference though, he's already expanding very quickly to the left, which is nice. It looks like he's going to grab these trees. Some of them anyway. So, expanding quickly to the left here. You can edge build a factory up here. I don't really like that, to be honest, because usually when I'm edge building this factory here, I'd rather have been building another factory in the base, for example. Generally, building factories with single engineers early on is not very good. It's not very efficient because it takes a long time to build a factory with a single engineer. It takes about a minute, I think, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it's a minute, of course, because 30 seconds for an ACU. So the ACU is moving across now. Blodir already heading across. Turin is a bit later because he's gotten 3 factories up already. 2 of them are air factories, and he has very few power generators. So that's a problem. Yeah, he's really lacking for power, and he hasn't started his Hydra yet. He's also not adding any more pigeons until just now. So these factories, well, one of them is going to have to be paused. Or probably, actually, in this situation, what you should do is build engineers out of this factory, for example, instead of pausing it, and then build tanks out of this one. That would be a better move, I think, than pausing. Better to build engineers, so you're not, so you don't have idle build power. But he's going to be able to turn it back on the factory soon. This hydro is going to be the key to that. Only one engineer building it though. So we haven't seen much action. No labs, obviously, because we have Seraphim players here. Blodir now adding a second air factory. I'm sure he's seen Turin's. Yeah, he has. Scouted the base. No bomber. No transport. I'll definitely be making a transport. When there's nothing happening like this, there's no air. Instead of just building inties to leave them idle, it's definitely better to make transport. For sure. And Turin is on the way with his transport. He's hasn't added any land factories yet. So he has a load of mass in the bank. It's quite strange. Quite strange. He honestly has a single factory? Land factory? He has one land factory. And 4 tanks. 5 minutes in. Somehow... Okay, I don't understand what's happening. Blodir has 2 land factories. Far less mass in the bank. Where's his transport? Oh, here it is. Transport is finished, and now see bombers queued up. And the Inti sent north to cover the transport. He sees the Air Force is parked here. Turin, where is his transport gone? Well, here it is. He's now up to 1,000 mass in the bank. What is going on? He hasn't dropped here. He's instead walked and engineered the whole way to that expansion, and he's dropped here, and he's going to build his land. He's going to build land factories here. Oh, he sees that the Air Force of Blodir coming for him, and Blodir does have a couple more Intis. But is this really worth it? Is the question. Oh, bomber coming, looking for engineers that would have landed here, but they didn't land there. They landed over here. And the bomber, well, it doesn't really matter if the bomber kills them now because they've already built their factories. He does bomb some tanks. But where's Blodir's transport? Where is that gone? Wait, what? Hang on. His transport has come back empty. But I don't see any engineers here. Oh my goodness, he lost his engineers. I think he dropped them on the tanks. Well, he has 1 air control, that's nice. He didn't catch the transport of Turin. And he's lost his engineers in the northwest. This is really bad. I don't think he, well, I'm gonna assume he didn't accidentally bomb those. Let's just assume that. But he did lose those engineers to the tanks, most likely. Here comes a bomber. Oh, I'm at -2. Here comes a bomber. Takes out the engineer here. All the mechs are built, though. So, they won't be denied. Finally, more factories. They're all air factories coming for Blodir. All air factories. No extra land factories in the base. No extra land factories. Well, here's one, and here's one. Looks like there's some land spam coming on Turin side of the map. Blodir has a lot more power income also. So definitely different strategies going on here. Blodir definitely going for air, as Turin adds a whole load of land factories on the top side. All these, and now his ACU moving left. All these factories going to help him take this expansion. And if we look over here, Blodir is not taking this. He has no land spam here right now. He has no engineers near. So these mexes that are left, that have been built and are completely undefended by anything, look like they're going to stay there and stay as Turins for the foreseeable future. Over here, however, Blodir is trying to build the mexes, and he's building a factory. A factory is not going to defend against all of these tanks and the ACU. Now, a PD might have bought him some time. Factory will buy him no time. Unfortunately, PD definitely would have been a better choice there, but look at all of this land spam. There's so much land here, and it's so close to the expansion. I like how close it is. Now we see some Zuis start to be mixed in as well, which is good. And yeah, the ACU comes, and the PD is nowhere near finished. Factory's going to be reclaimed for this ACU. Now what Turin really has to be worried about as we can see from his 4 interceptors, is air. Is that a... Yeah, we have T2 mechs halfway, but there's a big mastall. So, I guess he can maybe fund it with some of this factory reclaim. And these new mechs he's about to get. Still holds on to this expansion. There are some units coming, but he has quite a few units on this side to defend. Look at a lot of team on land coming out of the base as well. Blodir, let's see what does he have right now. Well, he has 25 interceptors and 5 bombers. Now he has T2 air. You can see he started the PGen, but realized he does not need it, or rather he can't afford it. So he desperately needs mass to pay for these gunships. But oh, the land, look at the land span. We have 22 versus 71 tanks. My god. Yeah, a couple of gunships are not gonna make that problem go away. That is for sure. Now maybe the bombers can do good work here, but there are anti-airs mixed in. Oh wait, no. There's quite a few anti-airs here, but here this is quite vulnerable. Only a single anti-air, although damn, it's been getting some serious kills. It needs another bomb to land on it if it's gonna go down. He keeps dodging back and forth, preventing it from dying. Oh my god, the damage it's doing. It's taking out all the bombers. Oh, it's a narrow miss. This is where you really want a gunship to just finish this off. Turin now, so much control. What he has to be worried about getting sniped by air though, and that's immediately starts building anti-air turrets and spreading them out across the map. He's probably gonna, yeah, you can see he's trying to protect his expansions, try and get an anti-air up in pretty much every expansion, and let the land do the work. Blodir's ACU is all the way up at the hydro of Turin, and he has no support whatsoever. No tanks on this side. Oh, he's gone T2 land on... Oh yeah, Blodir is doomed here. There's no way he's making it to the water. There's so many tanks here. 27 tanks. That is a lot of damage very quickly, and they're blocking his path to the water. And Blodir says goodbye. Next game, please. So game 1 of the ladder arena goes to Turin Bar. I'm not sure whose map choice that was. I think it was Blodir's map choice, because I think Turin had a higher ladder rating at the time. That rule also maybe should be changed so that the player with the highest rating gets to choose the map, because otherwise you're sort of incentivized to have the second highest rating, not the highest, which is always strange in a competitive rule set, to be incentivized to be worse essentially, or in a worse position. But anyway, nicely played from Turin. This is kind of interesting. I've never seen someone drop here, make land spam, and it worked super well. But he was sort of funding it with this basically free expansion. He got all these mexes by walking here, and Blodir let him have it. Blodir losing these engineers was crucial as well. Those first engineers that were dropped were killed by tanks. You can't really drop for free. You gotta protect your engineers with tanks, because unless you drop super fast, there ought to be tanks in these expansions, you know. So, well played Turin, well played Blodir. We will move on. There are gonna be up to 7 games in this series, and there's some nice ones in there, so stay tuned. I'll be back with another cast shortly.